We now have an out-of-bounds clip for King's Quest IV. It does appear to be exclusive to early version SCI. You can see the version I'm using here where this works. If you have the GOG distribution or something like that, you'll have the latest version 1.006, and this does not appear to work for that version. So the basic idea behind this glitch is you need to be putting on the frog's crown as you're falling off of this ledge. But there are a lot of particulars to this. One is that you need to fall off somewhere in between here and there. That if you're here or farther to the right, you'll die when you fall, and we don't want that. We want to be dizzy. And then for whatever reason, if you're about here and anywhere to the left, the game will have different behavior for what happens when you fall off, and the glitch won't work. So yeah, the golden area is kind of between here and there. And we'll want to be near the ledge, but not quite at it. And I found 2 pixel clicks that will get us there pretty consistently. One is the pixel right below this brown dot, right there. And alternatively, right on this other brown dot here also appears to work. And I'm sure there are many others as well. Now, Rosella's exact position will depend on where exactly she's coming from. But I've found that this seems to work kind of generally wherever she's coming from. So from here, you'll want to hit down to have Rosella start walking toward the ledge. But the frame before she gets there, you want to open up your text prompt and enter in your wear crown command. So we'll try that here. And we appear to have been successful because we see Rosella has changed direction. So that means she started moving. But she's still at the top of the ledge, which is what we want. And so we'll type in dawn crown, with dawn being a synonym of wear. And when you enter in dawn crown, there are 2 text boxes that happen. One is you become a frog, and then the second one is you get tired of being a frog, so you take the crown off. Now the trick for getting this to work is the timing with which you dismiss the first text box. Basically what you want to do is dismiss it right as it appears. So I'll try to get the timing for this here. And if you see it flash on the screen like that, you should be good to go. You can also do it such that you don't see the text box appear at all visually, and it still can work. But if you hit it too early or too late, the glitch won't work, and you also can't be holding down the enter key before the box appears because the box won't get dismissed automatically like some other text boxes would. And from here we can actually tell that the glitch was successful because she is in this dizzy state right now. If you do the dismissal too late, she will actually become undizzy and you'll regain control of her before this second text box appears. But that didn't happen. We see she's still dizzy, so once we dismiss the second text box, we are now able to walk through obstacles, which is pretty cool. So there are some pretty big limitations of this glitch, but there's a couple interesting things we can do with it. So one of those interesting things is bypass these trees in order to get to the witch's hut without the axe. Now, depending on what phase of the game you're in, the witches may or may not be here, so maybe not that useful, but pretty interesting. We can also go back the same way we came. Another interesting thing we can do on this screen is walk right here, and that will get us into the waterfall without having to put on the crown. And this is really only useful for low percent because putting on the crown to swim under the waterfall will give you 5 points, and using the glitch will avoid those points. One more usage that's kind of interesting is at Genesta's palace. If we're on this screen and anywhere on the screen we go up, that will put us immediately into Genesta's palace without having to walk over and open the door. So I had mentioned there are some limitations to this. One of those limitations is that if you hit a ledge and fall off and get dizzy, that will disable out of bounds. So you can see I'm now colliding with stuff. And addition to that, there are a bunch of screens that if you visit them, they will immediately disable out of bounds. So you can see we have out of bounds active right here, but if we go one screen below to this dwarf mine entrance, you'll see we're now colliding with objects. And even if we go back up to the screen where we were walking through stuff before, we're now colliding and our out of bounds is totally lost. So as of now, this glitch is really only useful for low percent, but it's pretty fun, and perhaps in the future we'll find some more uses for it.